What if we told you we could give you a high that lasted around 10 minutes and the possible side effects were 14 years off of your life expectancy, you become more prone to many diseases and different cancers, and you look and feel 20 years older than you actually are? Would you take us up on this offer? You may be asking yourself, who would ever say yes to this? Well, truth is, hundreds of thousands of people are wasting their lives smoking all around the United States, and these consequences don't have any effect on their outlook on smoking or intentions to change. What the smokers do not realize is that not only is the smoker harming themselves, but they are also harming their environment, family, friends, and their wallets.
First, I'm going to explain some statistics of smoking and how it affects the smoker's outer appearance and chances of disease and fatal illness. According to the American Lung Association, cigarettes themselves contain over 4,800 different chemicals, 70 of which are known to cause cancer and harm nearly every organ in the human body. Smoking is directly responsible for approximately 90% of lung cancer deaths and 80 to 90% of emphysema and chronic bronchitis deaths. Smoking causes more than 480,000 deaths every year. According to popline.org, just a few of the diseases caused by smoking include strokes, coronary heart disease, abdominal aortic aneurysm, and bladder, lung, oral, throat, cervical, kidney, stomach, and pancreatic cancers. Lung cancer is the leading cause of death, and it is caused by cigarettes in most cases. If you smoke, you have an 80 to 90% chance of getting some type of disease or illness.
Smoking also makes you look 15 to 20 years older than you actually are. It distorts your appearance and causes you to have yellowing of the teeth, stained fingernails, hair loss, makes your skin age rapidly, foul breath, and there's a nasty stench left on everything that comes in contact with the smoke. It is easy for people to tell who is a smoker and who isn't by their smile. Do you really want people to remember you as the person with the ugly smile just because your teeth are stained so yellow? Smiles are most of the time the best first impressions. Smoking allows tooth discoloration and buildup of plaque and tartar. Your skin aging process is also sped up due to this nasty habit and causes you to look much older than the person standing next to you that in reality may be the same age. According to studies from United Healthcare Association, there is a connection between frequent smoking and hair loss, which is caused by the toxins contained in the cigarette smoke. Is smoking this important to people that it becomes more critical than your appearance and even your life?
I'm married, and I used to be a smoker. I want to give you some tips about getting ready in the morning. Learn your day. Then your hands read the Bible. And now you're ready for the night.
Many smokers don't believe this could happen to them, but the health issues caused by smoking are terrifying. Imagine having to wake up every morning and having to go through the same routine of putting in fake teeth, putting on a wig, and wrapping a scarf around your neck just to cover up the toll that smoking has taken on your body. Instead of having that horrifying constant reminder, why not ban smoking so people don't take it too far and end up having the same issues as Terry? Some people just don't know when to stop because they are so addicted, and it's a shame to see them living the way they do, miserable and unhappy. Smoking is not just affecting the smoker, though, because it also harms everyone having to be around the smoke and also our environment.
Smokers do not understand that they are putting stress on everything around them and making everyone and everything a victim of the secondhand smoke caused by their addiction. It seems that smokers forget that everything around them is also put in harm by their smoke and some serious issues that arise from their nasty habit. People can be exposed to secondhand smoke in homes, cars, and workplaces. We already know that 70 of the chemicals in a cigarette can cause cancer for the smoker, and these still hold true for those who are inhaling the secondhand smoke. This causes lung cancer in non-smokers. Secondhand smokers are at risk as much as the smoker themselves. Secondhand smoke is also associated with disease and premature death in non-smoking adults and children. According to Cancer.org, the exposure to this smoke irritates the airways and has immediate effects on a person's heart and blood vessels. In the U.S., secondhand smoke causes about 46,000 heart disease deaths each year. Children exposed to the secondhand smoke are at increased risk of sudden infant death syndrome, ear infections, colds, pneumonia, bronchitis, and more severe asthma. Parents who smoke at home can aggravate symptoms in asthmatic children and even trigger attacks in some. According to HealthyChildren.org, even among non-asthmatic children of such parents, researchers found twice as much respiratory illness. Being exposed to this also slows the children's growth of their lungs and can cause them to cough, wheeze, and feel breathless. There is absolutely no safe level of exposure to secondhand smoke, and even the lowest levels can be harmful. In fact, the only way to entirely protect the non-smokers from the smoke is to completely eliminate the smoking from the indoors. We have already started to see smoking being removed from public places like restaurants and bars, schools, hospitals, and airports. It is smart that we start seeing this being eliminated because it causes people who have been intelligent enough to stray from this addiction to keep straying from it, instead of being put around it in areas we tend to be at most.
Smoking puts a lot of stress on our environment by causing air, land, and water pollution. This is evident because the 4,800 chemicals that are in a cigarette are being breathed in and out and are released into our atmosphere. These chemicals cause 10 times more pollution than diesel car exhaust. Pollution is not just confined to our air and body, but also it is at fault for some of our land and water pollution. Every day, millions of butts are thrown on the ground, and most of them end up in lakes and rivers. These cancer sticks account for around 50% of all litter. Cigarette butts are the most toxic waste found around the world in cleanups. According to the California Department of Public Health, worldwide it is estimated that 1.69 billion pounds of butts end up as waste each year. When the butts are thrown into the lakes and rivers, the animals in these places eat them by mistake and end up suffering to their deaths. The remaining butts that are left on the ground can take 25 to 26 years to decompose. The various chemicals and additives are leaked into the soil and lead to pollution of the soil into the plants. The most important impact that is due to the production of cigarettes is that land is used for the cultivation of the tobacco plants, and which could be used for many better reasons, such as producing food for third world countries. The tobacco plants are highly susceptible to pests, so there are many chemicals and pesticides being sprayed to better their growth. In an hour, the cigarette manufacturing unit requires as much as 4 miles of paper for rolling and packaging. According to the American Lung Association, just to produce 300 cigarettes, 1 tree is being wasted. It is very clear that the cigarettes are causing huge strain on our environment. The best way to stop this from happening is to stop smoking. Smokers' wallets are also being torn apart by this addiction, and people are wasting a ton of money on something that is going to eventually lead to their death.
The average smoker spends $1,600 a year on cigarettes and cigarette-related items. That is money that could go towards the new car you want, your child's education, or maybe even a sun-filled vacation with the family. People don't realize how much money they are literally burning away. The United States spends approximately $193 billion each year on cigarette-related healthcare expenses. Due to their addiction, smokers have to pay more for their life insurance, they lose money on the resale of their homes and cars, and they also spend money on dry cleaning and teeth whitening to cover up the stains and smells smoking leaves behind on them. Something I would never understand is that people throw away their hard-earned money on a product that is labeled Surgeon General's warning. Smoking causes lung cancer, heart disease, emphysema, and may complicate pregnancy. Why live a life of little highs that last 10 minutes when you could live a life full of happiness? A life without all of the nasty side effects of early aging, yellowing teeth, foul breath, and hair loss is the smart way to live.
Understandably, we know how difficult it may be for a smoker to go without cigarettes because it has become an addiction for them. With any argument, there is also a contradiction. Although smoking causes a lot of damage to your health, there are a few things that it can help prevent. Knowing that obesity is a growing problem around the world, smoking might be a resolution to everyone's problem. According to Christopher Wanjak, smoking lowers obesity risk because nicotine is an appetite suppressant. Smoking lowers the risk of getting Parkinson's disease as well. Smoking also helps reduce the risk of injuring joints, which in the long run saves you money because you don't have to have any replacement surgeries. Smoking is also very therapeutic, which can help calm stress. Smoking is also a social thing. If a group starts doing it, then you feel obligated to join in on the fun. Stores also begin to remember you as you become a regular cigarette buyer. It allows one to feel worthy. One could also prevent unwanted side effects of smoking by using different byproducts that could reduce the risk of bad public appearance. The smoker could purchase teeth whitening products to help with staining. They could also purchase age-defying cream to help regain firmness in places that have lost it. Secondhand smoke is preventable if the smoker removes themselves from highly populated areas. Reducing the amount of smoking going on in their houses and cars will help prevent secondhand smoke from becoming an epidemic. If less smokers did not throw their butts on the ground, then there will be a lot less litterers and we can live in a healthier environment.
We believe that if the smoker is willing to change, then they will do whatever it takes. There would be no more worry about the future problems that their smoking addiction might withhold. If smoking were banned all over America, people could actually enjoy their life without having to think about when their addiction is going to end it. Banning smoking would cause a lot less stress and a more happy and lively world. Everyone and everything that is around that smoker is being harmed, and the sad thing is they do not have a choice. Not only is the smoker harming themselves, but they are also harming their environment, family, friends, and their wallets. I'm going to leave you with a quote said by Brooke Shields. Smoking kills. If you're killed, you've lost a very important part of your life.